All right, well, hey, we are officially 1 week away from race day. I'm finishing up a 10-mile run, last run with any kind of distance until next Saturday. It's about 6:15 right now, and I was thinking, man, I hope I am taking a nap at my campsite next week about this time. So, yeah, you know what, at this point, just making sure my gear is good to go. I actually got a new vest. I had a black one before, and I'm thinking it was a hiking pack or something maybe, because this one just, it was a much older model, because it just looks different. It felt different. This feels really kind of contours to my back, to my shoulders really well. So I'm excited about this, and it holds more liquids in it, so that's a win for sure. What else has been going on? Yeah, you know what? Just trying to make sure body's ready to go. Been thinking through. Man, I got something in my eye. I'm sorry if it's a bug or just sweat. But anyways, just kind of thinking through my nutrition, hydration plan for next week. I think that's going to be where it's at, at this point. Just kind of making sure I don't mess myself up. Yeah, that's a big thing. So I'm going to be just kind of reading up on that this week, making sure I'm good to go. Have a good plan there. Because at this point, that's really the only thing that I'm nervous about. Because I'm about 6'1", 180-ish, 185, somewhere in there right now. I've actually lost about 15 pounds over the past 5 weeks. So, yeah, there's that. So I don't want to be dropping a bunch of weight while I'm putting this mileage in next weekend. So yeah, 10 miles today. Just some little stuff over the next week. I'll try to do some videos, especially when I lay things out. My plan is to lay things out before I leave Friday, so you can kind of see what we're looking at. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, I'll try to update you in a little bit. Okay, hey, had to update one more time on here. So this is kind of part B of this 10 miler that I'm almost 6.5 into. And here's why I wanted to update, because I'm feeling strong, y'all. Really, I'm feeling strong. My legs are feeling good. I got a little something going on in my left calf muscle, but I think with some foam roller action and some rest, some ice this week, I think it'll be fine. I might get a compression sleeve for it, just to be safe for race day, because I feel like anything that's even remote, even close to being tweaked or whatever, starts screaming at me on these long runs. So I'll probably just be safe and start off with that and see how that goes. But here's what I wanted to come back with, other than I almost stepped on a rattlesnake tonight. The one time, I feel like I'm always looking for snakes, and I got a picture of it. Again, I'm going to see if I can find a way to include it on here so you know that I'm telling the truth. It wasn't a huge one. I think its rattle was probably about 2 inches. It's not the biggest one that I've ever seen, but it was a rattlesnake. But I was thinking, this is, I'm feeling strong right now. It's a good thing. And I was thinking about anybody. I know there's not a ton of people at this point watching these videos, but if you're watching these, and well, I'll put it like this. People have been asking me lately, like, what are you training for? When I tell them a 50-mile ultramarathon, they're just like blown away. Like, 50 miles? Are you out of your mind? And that would have been my response 10 or 15 years ago. I signed up to do a 5K for a coworker. Daughter has some special needs, and they were doing a fundraiser, one of those fun runs, and I had never yeah, I was never a runner before that, right? I mean, I had run a few miles, but it was just a light jog, very undisciplined, you know, kind of stuff in high school, maybe in college. Um, but I remember getting on the treadmill, training for that run, trying to do a mile, you know, and I would have been probably 24, 25 at that point, and just thinking, this is awful, you know, like my goal was to finish 5K without stopping, and I remember doing that and just being overjoyed, like, wow, I never thought I could do that. And then it went from there, you know, to wanting to do a half marathon, and then you know, something poked me, wanted to try a triathlon. And I share that not to brag on myself, because I wanted to say this. I don't know how I'd categorize myself in regards to talent-wise. I've never felt like I've been a guy with great talent in anything. But here's what I do have. I'm willing to fight for just about anything that I really believe in. You know, that's important to me. Family, friends, whatever. And I really appreciate that extra gear. I've been thinking about that extra gear lately because my son's playing middle school football, and I want him to find that extra gear. He's a great athlete, but he hasn't found that extra gear yet. And I'm not sure if it's a mental thing, confidence thing, maturity thing, I don't know. But I think a lot of people get stuck there. And I think, again, I have no idea who some of the people are watching these videos, or who may come after I finish this and might watch these videos. But if you've ever said, I could never do anything like that, I could never do that about anything, you might be right to an extent. Maybe you couldn't at this moment. I couldn't even, you know, I couldn't run 50 miles. Couldn't even imagine running, you know, whatever, just a few weeks ago. But I've done the little things, the disciplined things, repeatedly, the hard things, now to put myself in a position to do something incredibly difficult later. Cars coming. I'm going to let them go by before I finish. So let me ask you, what is that thing? Again, I know I've asked some questions in some recent videos on here, entries on here, but what is that thing that right now you kind of want to try it, you kind of want to go after that thing, but there's this other voice inside of you that's saying, you could never, you will never. And I want you to reframe that, and instead of saying, I will never, I could never, saying I can't, instead reframe that and say, I can't right now, I couldn't do it right now, but I'm going to do it. And then find that training plan, you know, find that coaching, you know, that coaching plan, whatever it is, and start doing some hard things now. You know, wake up 30 minutes earlier, you know, go for a walk, meal prep, whatever it is. But even if I will never meet you, I want you to know that I care about those dreams that are in your heart and your mind. They're probably there for a reason, and so you need to chase them. Don't go to your grave with dreams still in your heart. Okay? That's my question for thought, words of wisdom for this entry. Thanks for watching this.